Okay, good morning to all of you. So, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, so, in yesterday's class, we have discussed about the basics of data communication. We have talked about the components, basic components, what are the criteria, what are the related things to the data communication topic. Now, moving to the next topic, that in data communication between sender and receiver devices, the data is actually transferring or exchanging. Okay, right. Now, how this data is actually flowing means the process of data flowing. So how a data can be flow from the sender side to receiver side and vice versa to the means when I am sending a data, so maybe there should be no reply, and in case it should be any reply also. Okay, so how this data is flowing and what are the data flow process in my data communication system. So discussing on this topic, there are three possible ways. There are three ways we can say that how the data is actually flowing. So the three ways that we can say that one is the simplex, second one is the half duplex, and third one is the full duplex. So I repeat that there are three possible ways. One is a simplex, second one is the half duplex, and third one is a full duplex. Right now, what are the process of these three: simplex, half duplex, and full duplex? Simplex means a one directional way. So we can see in the diagrams, there are three diagrams for simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. So the arrow is itself representing that how the data is actually flowing, right? So coming to the first one, that is a simplex, the mainframe and a monitor, the diagram number one. So the mainframe and the monitor. So mainframe we can consider that is a sender, and monitor we can consider it is a receiver, right? So sender and the receiver, only the data can be transmitted from the sender and the receiver. There will be no reverse or there will be no vice versa. The output or data will be coming. Okay, so only the sender can send the data, and that's all. The sender will send the data and receiver will receive, and whatever the processor. So this is the process of simplex where we can communicate only one way. One way communication is example, or one way communication is the term we can say is that simplex in the data flow of data communication. So simplex means the sender is sending some data, that's all. Only one way communication or only one way transaction is allowed here. So can anyone tell me one example or real life example of simplex data flow of data communication? Anyone? Any real life example of simplex? Any example of real life simplex mode? Okay, so the monitor we can say is an example of simplex mode, because in monitor only we can see some output. So anything we are typing from the keyboards or mouse, any device, whatever we are doing, the monitor will just display it. So that is a simplex mode example we can say in real life communication. So this is a simplex mode example. Second one, coming to the second topic, that is an half duplex mode. So half duplex mode is that the sender and receiver both can transmit the data. Sender and receiver both can transmit the data, but here is a constraint that it cannot send the data at the same time. So when the device 1 is sending some data, so device 2 will hold and wait up to that particular time till device 1 will finish his sharing. It's sharing to device 2. So two devices are connected, suppose device 1 and device 2. So device 1 will sharing some data, is sharing some data with device 2. So at that particular moment, device 2 will be in a hold and wait mode. The device 1 will share all the data or transmit the data with device 2. After completing the transmission of device 1, then only device 2 is allowed to transmit its data to device 1. So the both device 1 and device 2 can share their data, but not at the same time, not at the same time. So there is a constraint in half duplex. Both parties can send the data, transmit the data, exchange the data, but not at the same time. But in full duplex mode, the constraint is released. The full duplex mode, we can as say that the both devices, device 1 and device 2, is connected with each other, and they can transmit or information that share the data at the same time. So in full duplex, the transmission can happen from device 1 to device 2 at the same time. But in half duplex, there is a constraint till device 1 is sharing some data, device 2 will not allow to share it. After completion of device 1 sharing its data, then device 2 is allowed to share its data. So can anyone tell me the example of half duplex and full duplex? Any example of half duplex mode and full duplex mode?
So for half duplex, we can use walkie-talkie.
Yeah, okay. And for full duplex?
Telephone.
Normal computer and mobile.
Okay, mobile phone, telephone, anything. So yes, so half duplex means walkie-talkie. So when device 1 is sending some data, till that time no one can respond, and after completion of data, then the device 2 can respond. But in full duplex and mobile phone, we can say that we can talk at the same time. So I am talking at the same time, you people can also talk. So the exchange of information can happen at the same time between two devices. So this is the example of simple half duplex and full duplex mode. So we can see a simple diagram, no more hectic, nothing too much. Simple diagram of device simplex, simple diagram of half duplex, simple diagram of full duplex mode, right? So all the things we have described, and that is the thing is already written here, that what is the simplex, what is half duplex, and what is full duplex. Okay, so no need to see this particular thing. We have already discussed about all of these particular things, right? So now we have talked too much about data communication from yesterday's class till now. We have been talking with the data communication, data, the modes, the basic components, this type of things about in data communication. And what term we are, I am actually saying from tomorrow, that is that the main components of this data communication is the internet, the speed of the internet, because it is the internet era, digital era. So the internet is a major concern and it plays a huge role. So now we need to know that what is the role of the internet in data communication. What is the internet network? What is network actually? So the network is actually means it is not consist in a single place. The whole world is actually depending on it. So yesterday, just it is a practically quick example that happened yesterday. Everyone knows that yesterday night, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, the servers were crashed, and we cannot access this. We cannot share any information, share any data, share anything with each other, right? So all of us have faced this similar situation. All of us have faced this scenario yesterday. So what happened here? The thing is that we have our internet connection, right? Our internet connection, it is working properly. We can see the IPL, we can Google anything, we can do any other stuff in the network, in the internet, right? We can browse Flipkart, anything. But we are unable to share data in Facebook, in Instagram, in WhatsApp, right? All of us have faced the scenario yesterday. So what happened here? The server, the main server of Facebook, so WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook, all these three are tied up with Facebook. So all are under control of Facebook. So the main server of their workstation or the whatever the things have failed, have crashed. So the things is not working properly. So from the user end, our network is stable, our network is very okay, but the server, the main host, who is the host actually, its server is unresponsive. So if the host is unresponsive, then whether our network is good or not, then we cannot share the data. So maybe our speed is good, at the same time, whatever the platform you are using, maybe it can be any platform, but the host of that particular platform need to be responsive. The host of the particular platform need to be responsive. Otherwise, there is a problem that we faced yesterday, that we cannot communicate with each other via this particular mode. So this is a fault that happened yesterday in the Facebook server, and that's why we have faced almost an outrage of nearly we can say 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours, there is no communication between WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. So one of the biggest outrage in recent days in Facebook. Okay, not previously there was some fault in Facebook, but it was just for 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. But yesterday it was a big outrage for Facebook also. So apart from that, whatever the losses have happened of Facebook, so it is concern of Facebook, none of our concern. So now talking about this network. So what is this network? There are a huge number of devices. Huge means n number of devices are connected. Each of us have a smartphone, a laptop, a desktop, a tab, anything. Okay, so each of a router, many means n number of devices is present in world in current stage. So all these n number of devices need to be connected, and to be connected, we need something that is called a network. So a network, that is connection between n number of devices via some links. So what is the link? This links is established by this internet. So communication or creating a link between n number of devices by connecting them, interconnecting between n number of devices via some internet is called a network. So all the devices, all of the things are connected under a particular network. So whenever I am switching on my mobile data or Wi-Fi, any of the but one, so I am connected with the network. Till the time I am close, I'm off my mobile data or off my Wi-Fi, then I am released from the network. I am not connected with the network. So to be connected with the network, we need an internet connection, and it needs to be active internet connection. Otherwise, we are not able to connect it with the global network. So this is a network, the basic definition. We can say that it is defined as the set of devices interconnected via the communication links or internet. So the devices, there are n number of devices, as I said. So it shares a common information. So by connecting with each other via the internet, we can share the information from one place to another place. So no location or geographically location boundings are there. By sitting in India, we can share the information far from the India in any other country, any other place. So this is the advantage of this networking era. So for that, the networking sector companies needs to work hard to establish this particular thing, to create this particular thing, so that we can be connected at each and every moment. So these networks, so what are the criteria of a particular good network? We can say what are the basic criteria of a network. So network, when we are talking about the network, there can be a good network, there can be a bad network, there can be a poor network. So what are the criteria? What are the measurement of the criteria by which we can describe this is a very good network? So the criteria of this particular networks depends on three things. First one is the performance, second one is the reliability, third one is the security. So those particular internet or networking sector who is having this particular three criteria fulfilling satisfyingly, okay, so all the criteria have been satisfied, all the criteria is fulfilled, then we can consider it as a very good network. So what are the criteria? First one is the performance, second one is the reliability, and third one is the security. Performance, reliability, and the security. So coming to one by one, what is the performance? So performance, by a single word we can say, or by a very basic scenario, basic conception of performance, that we need to perform. So if I am a teacher, I need to perform enough so that you people can understand whatever the topic we are going to discuss. Similarly, as a student, you need to perform so that you can be able to secure a good marks in your exam. So how can we judge a performance of a student? So performance is judged by a student that his attitude, his sincerity, his depending upon the how the teacher can relate, or how the teacher can reliable on the particular student, how he or she has some enthusiastic mode, what he needs to learn, he needs to be something, he is encouraging. So all the things will be a criteria of a good student. So the attendance is also a criteria. So this is the criteria to make to measure a good student. So similarly, these are the criteria. The performance is a criteria here for a networking. So good network. So what is the performance here? So this performance, actually it is saying there are two components. One is the transit time. Second one is the response time. Transit time and response time. So what is the definition of transit time? So transit means a transition, transferring something, how much time it is taking actually. So transit time, it is defined that how much time it is actually taking to travel a message from one device to another device. So suppose I am trying to send the data via any mode, WhatsApp, Gmail, Facebook, Twitter, anything. So I am sharing some data. How much time it is taking to share this data from the device 1 to device 2? It is called the transit time. So the time it is taking to share the data from device 1 to device 2 is called as transit time. So this transit time depends on the internet speed. Internet speed, suppose, also depends on the geographical locations. So some locations have a very poor connection of network, some locations have very good connection of network. So geographical locations indicating the goods or speed, the internet speed actually. So the transit time is depending upon the internet speed. If my internet speed is very good, then it will be very fast to share the data. It will take less time in the transit time. But if the internet speed is not good, then it will take much time and the transit time will be very high. So this transit time, I repeat again, that it is defined as the time it is taken to travel from one device to another device. And response time, response means, suppose in the class I am discussing something, whenever I'm asking some things from you people are giving some response. So this is called a response time. I am asking a question and what time it is actually taken by you people to answer that particular question. So it is the time between from the question to the answer. The time between from the question to the answer is called the response time. So at the same scenario, whenever I'm sharing a data, so acknowledgement or a particular, if it is a query type or if it is a regarding some written mails or some information sharing actually, then the device 1 and device 2 will be sharing the some data between each and there, right? Just a minute. Okay, so this response time, that how much time it is taking to get a response if between device 1 and device 2. So these are the factors on which this transit time and the response time is actually depends. So what are the factors? As I said, first one is the internet speed, second one is the number of users, third one is the type of transmission medium, fourth one is the efficiency of software. So these are the performance or the factors by which it depends: the number of users, type of transmission medium, efficiency of software. So this performance is evaluated by two networking metrics, throughput and delay. So often this performance is evaluated by two networking metrics. One is throughput and delay. We will discuss about this, what is throughput and what is delay. So number of users is very high, then it will take time between transit and all the data between all the users, and between also the response time, and then also the type of transmission medium. If it is wired, then it will be very fast. If it is wireless, then it will take much time, because wired, it is a connection and it knows its path. So wired connection is always have a good speed or fast speed, we can say. Wired connection is always a fast speed, but in wireless, it will slightly differ. So this is called type of transmission medium, and efficiency of the software means whatever the OS of the software is actually installing in the networking criteria or in the networking sector. Now here the things that is throughput and delay. So what is this throughput? What is the term throughput? Throughput is actually, we can say that the rate of production by which something is produced or something is processed, right? So suppose we are trying to share information, we are trying to share some data. So at how much speed or how much rate or how much what is the speed of the particular rate by which the data is actually transferring. So this is called the throughput. So throughput is depending on totally on the bandwidth of the internet. So throughput is depending on the bandwidth of the internet. So this performance is evaluated by these two networking matrices, and by which throughput, what is throughput? Throughput is the rate of production or the rate at which something is processed, right? Next one is delay. So what is a delay? Throughput depending on the network and the speed or the bandwidth of the network. So delay means we are trying to send some data, we are talking over the phone, but what happens? Sometimes I'm talking, but due to the poor communication of the network, the other person who is the receiver is not actually able to hear the things properly. So here is the delay. Delay is depending on the network, the how much speed. Similarly, again, it is related to the bandwidth of the internet or the signal of the network. So here the signal, if I'm talking over the phone, the signal, what is the signal, how much signal if it is have. So it is depending on the speed of that particular thing. So throughput and delay. Next, the second performance, second criteria we can say, that is the reliability. So what is reliability? It is measured by the frequency of network failure. It is measured by the frequency of the network failure. So reliability is measured by the frequency of network failure, time taken to recover from a network failure, and network's robustness in a disaster. So reliability, again, frequency of network failure, time taken to recover from a network failure, and network's robustness in a disaster. So these are the less network reliability. And security, as I talked yesterday, so as this is the internet era, the digital era, we are actually totally depending on this internet. We need to be also take care about the security of the data. As we are internet, we are sharing the data, we are sharing our personal data to over the internet, via the internet. So any third party can access it, anyone can hack it. So the security, where is the security? Without security, we won't open our Gmail account also. So if there is no security, then we don't go for that particular thing. So security is a major concern in the networking sector. So if I am sharing my data in someone, if I am producing my credentials of banking account in some places, so I need to be very sure that yes, this is a secure place where I am placing my data. So no stealing of the data can be happen. But still, if there is a what we can say that if there is a security, and then there is a security breaches also. So that's why where the hackers came into the scenario. So if all the security have a totally effective, then hackers don't have anything, but hackers still find a flaws in the security and breaches into that particular thing and stealing our data. So hackers are there who are doing their work, and also at the same time ethical hackers are there. Ethical hackers, I am saying as it is, they are working for the ethical things. They are stopping the hackers to doing this particular thing. So these are another domain. Hacking is another domain. So these are the particular criteria. So any queries related to this, up to this particular topic? Anyone, if anyone have any query, otherwise I am going to move for the next topic. Okay, so I think there are no queries from you people in. So okay, now coming to the next topic, the structure of the network. What are the physical structure of the network? So in the diagram, first going for the diagram, we can see there are two topics or two processes is given. First one is a point to point, second one is a multi-point, point to point and multi-point. So point to point type of connection, what is it saying? So what is the point to point type of connection is saying? That only two devices are connected via dedicated link. So only two devices are connected via dedicated link. Device 1 and device 2 is connected via dedicated link, point to point. Entire capacity of the link is reserved for transmission between these two devices. So two devices are connected via some dedicated link, means it is a wired connection. Dedicated link, when I'm talking, then it is a wired connection. Two devices are connected via this wired connection, where the data or the information will exchange via this wired connection or wired path through this particular route between device 1 and device 2. So the total speed of that particular link, the total speed of the particular path is dedicated to that particular two devices. So the speed will be very high, the efficiency will be very high in this point to point connection. So point to point have advantage, but it is limited between only two devices. So two devices can be connected having the full efficiency, having the full functionality of the dedicated link, where they can share the information or transit the information. Where the second one is the multi-point. Multi-point is that in a single dedicated line, there are n number of devices are connected. The device, many devices are connected via single line. So all of them are sharing the same line, all of them sharing the same path. So the speed will be distributed between all. So what happened? The efficiency will be become low in this multi-point, but sometimes it is very efficient when you need to share some data with many of the devices. Then at that particular point, the multi-point is efficient. So it will be sharing the data simultaneously to each devices. The connection will be shared between all of them. And in my point to point, it will be a dedicated link. The speed will be very high. It will be efficient. So we can say that both the things, point to point and multi-point, both the things have advantage and disadvantage. So when I'm trying to share some data between only one devices, at that particular things, point to point is very sufficient. But when I need to sharing some data to many of the devices, then at that particular point, multi-point is very efficient, right? So point to point and multi-point, there are two type of connections we can create, or we can say there are two type of this physical structure of type of connection, point to point and multi-point, right? Now there are some topologies. Topologies means the networking topologies, how the diagrams, how the things is actually set up. The networking topologies have set up in which particular way, in which particular mode. There are particularly basically four topologies we are following in the networking sector. One is that mesh, second one is the star, third one is the bus, and fourth one is the ring. So these four topologies are present there. So what are the things? Mesh, what is star, what is bus, what is ring? Coming out the first, this is a bus topology. First, see this particular diagram. What is actually happening? That a single dedicated line, we can say a wire dedicated line is there, a cable is there, and three devices are connected which in that particular line. So three devices are connected, three devices are tapped in this particular line. So a long cable is there, and in this particular long cable, three devices are connected. So this line, this particular line is called bus. this particular line is called bus or cable is called bus, where in this particular bus, 3 devices are connected. So I am saying 3 as the diagram is saying 3. Okay, so maybe n number of devices also be connected. So these devices are connected to the single via bus, and every device communicate between each other via that particular bus only. So every devices are connected and they can share the information, they can transfer the information via the bus only, via this bus only. So what is happening here, that it is fine that a single bus is there, the devices are connected is there, the devices are connected via tap ins there. So this tap is the connector. Actually, we can see the tap blue line dotted. So this is the tap where the line is tapped in via the bus. So we can say that the advantages, it is that sharing of the data, the installation is very easy. A single bus line is there and the devices just need to be connected with the bus, right? Fine. Costless, via one bus we can connect it with many devices. It is also very good. Okay, but what happens here, it is very useful in the small network, because when the area will be large, when it will be very big, what happens, we need to place many cables there. So what happened there, the cost of the cable will be much high. So this is the scenario. So this works very good in a small places. Fine. So bus topology, all the things are good, but a constant is coming here that it will work in a small place. Also, one more disadvantage it is there, if the bus get fault. Bus means this particular main line. So if the bus line gets faulty, then what will happen? The total system, the total connection will be shut down. The total system will be stopped. So no devices can be shared any type of data. So how many number of devices may be connected, the total system will fall and they will be unable to share the data. So this is a disadvantage, one of the major disadvantage in the bus topology, where the things is connected, but it will be dropped when the bus will be faulty. Okay, so can anyone say an example of bus topology? Anyone, any comes up their mind that it is an example of bus topology? Any example of bus topology?
LAN.
LAN. So our computer lab, okay, I think you will have seen, or maybe some of you have not seen. Our computer lab are connected via bus topology, where the devices 30 PCs are connected via single dedicated line, single cable, and all the cables have tapped in into that particular bus network. So this is a computer lab, we can say, that is connected via bus topology. So if one line gets fault, so all the PCs of that particular line will don't have any internet connection. Sometimes it happens, so we need to find out the fault at which particular point where the fault is, and we need to sort it out. So bus computer lab is an example of bus topology, right? So it is okay, bus topology is there, it is works in the small area and fine, but if there is a fault in main bus, then there is some problem, then we need to look it and we need to take care of it, right? So up to this particular topic we are going to stop today. In my next class we are going to discuss about the star, mesh, and uh, ring topology. Okay, so these particular topologies we are going to discuss in our next class. Up to this particular bus topology we are going to be discussed. So anyone have any type of query, any type of doubts regarding we have discussed up to this particular point? Anyone? If anyone have anything, they can ask, they can say. But LMS still now it is not sorted yet. Okay, we are trying to work it out. There is a huge problem actually happened. So we are trying to fix it as soon as possible. Till that time, we are going to take the attendance manually. So similar to the yesterday, all of you please write down your names in the chat box so that I can have your attendance. 34 students are present. So I think there should be 34 names in the chat box. So 25 have written their name quickly. So I think they are attentive. They are having in the class. But those who are not writing it, so I will consider they are not present. So I will not mark their attendance. Quickly, all of you write down your names in the chat box. And if anyone have any type of query, anything, then they can tell me, they can ask me so that I can clear the doubt. Anyone? So I think no one have anything to ask. No one have anything to say. Okay. So I think all of you have written their names in the chat box. And we will be meeting in our next class where we are going to discuss about the topologies of bus. Bus have been discussed. So maze, star, and ring topology we are going to describe in our next classes. Okay. So fine. The times is very soon going to end. Thank you all for joining into the session and stay safe.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.